11,300. Does that number sound familiar? Go back to the other side of the slide. The cost of turnover and a bad hire for how many employees? 1. Right, 1. $11,400. Does that system make sense? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay? Let's hear what the employers have to say. Campbell Soup has profiled, last count, I think it was 26 or 27 jobs. They use the WorkKey system for selection, training, as well as promotion purposes with their incumbent employees. The best news that we got after they've been using the system probably about a year and a half, I'm not sure exactly, probably about a year and a half, they came to us and they said, hey, we have seen great results. Therefore, until now, we would only accept a person if they had 2 years of job experience, some kind of work experience. Well, these people with CRCs can do the job. So anybody who comes to them with their North Carolina Career Readiness Certificate in hand will have that 2 years of experience requirement waived. That is good news for our high school graduates who are coming right out of high school and aren't ready to go to college. Okay, oops. Sarah Lee Corporation, notice down at the bottom, successful incumbent employees will be recognized with a pay increase. Again, the value is there, and they're putting the money there, right behind it. Butterball provides resources to meet business needs. The system ensures defensibility. Notice, common language. Again, it provides that common language. In addition, they've seen that it reduces turnover and reduces costs. Burt's Bees helps to determine the right basic skills needed to be successful. Tried and true system. Okay? WorkKeys gives employers confidence in the process and the results. This is the kind of thing that tells me we're on the right track. Ann's Halves and Passive Nuts. Applicants with career readiness certificates go where? Right to the front, right to the head of the line. Okay, we're starting to see more and more advertisements, such as this one from Kimberly Clark. Notice, preferred, North Carolina Career Readiness Certificate. Curtis Wright, North Carolina Career Readiness Certificate, gold or silver, strongly preferred. WorkKeys assessments conducted at Cleveland Community College. Look at that, free advertising, you guys. Hey, talk to your employers. Okay, Curtis Wright is a good case study, and if any of you have ever heard, not heard Matt Bowman present, and you see that he's on a conference agenda when you go, definitely go to the session. Matt is a super presenter. But we have an expression in the career readiness world. We call it case modeling. Copy and steal everything. Now, sometimes I soften that and say copy and share everything because we truly do believe in sharing all of our resources. And Matt knows that I do this, so I did not really steal it. I'm sharing his PowerPoint today. But his PowerPoint starts out with get your foot in the door with CRC. This is an employer in Cleveland County. Okay, why did Curtis Wright use CRC? Because, okay, there. They were interviewing and screening lots and lots of people. Okay? They had, I can't find the right spot to hit this remote. They had many, many people coming in wanting to be hired for their machinist jobs, which, as you know, takes a very specific skill set, which costs the employer what? Yeah, lots and lots of time and dollars. You know that story, okay? Especially when you have 10 skilled machinist openings, and out of all those applications, you really only had 5 individuals who were even qualified, okay? Which makes Matt not very happy. So, not really me, he says. Okay, which costs what? More time and money. Okay? And Matt still has openings. So, again, not very happy Matt. Moving on, one day he decided to brainstorm and then had an idea. Okay? What, if you were going to buy a used car, what would you be sure that used car had? Carfax, right? Okay? You would have something that certifies that it's a pretty decent car. It hasn't been total lost, okay? Doesn't have extensive damage control. Okay, so that's interesting. Don't buy a used car without a Carfax. Of course, in this slide, you're going to buy the one with the Carfax report. Or at least I would. Okay. What if there was a way to assess a candidate's skill set? Now, this is kind of an interesting slide because I don't know how many of you remember having cans and strings strung and talking to each other. And Matt says, you know, where we are is a fairly rural area. So many times this would give us better reception than some of the reception that we have in our phone system. So Matt made a phone call to Cleveland Community College and happened to see on the website, right on their homepage, the Career Readiness Certificate. So he called and found out about the workpiece assessments that were highlighted there to see what it could do for his business. Met with Barbara Green at Cleveland Community College. She told Matt about the Career Readiness Certificate. Okay? Ooh la la, I don't know, is that referring to the CRC or to this lovely young lady here on the slide? Of course, Matt then had to go on and let us know that that is not really Barbara Green. Yeah. But Barbara Green is certainly a very nice lady, and we all enjoy working with her. Career Readiness Certificate. Common measure. Again, you've heard that theme over and over. Reading for information, applied math, and locating information. Great, Matt says. Why do we still use the CRC? Because it helps us find qualified people, skilled people, great people. Okay, great people help increase productivity, he found, by 4%. This is in like the first 6 months of using the system. Okay, what's the bottom line? $155,000. Immediate results using this system. Okay, scrap rate down 8%. This is with new hires in the process of being trained. The scrap rate went down. What does it mean? $100,000. Turnover for poor performance before the CRC, it was 9.25%. Notice, it's down to 0% at turnover for poor performance. Okay, other miscellaneous items, training time has been reduced. Recruiting time, thank goodness, has been reduced because Matt no longer has to go through all those piles of applications. He can just call the college or the Job and Career Center and say, hey, send me the people with the right work key skill levels, with that silver or gold CRC in hand. Send me those people. Employee survey results are up because people are in the right jobs, which makes them happier. So, of course, at this point, finally, Matt did get some accolades from his little froggy friend. Recap, CRC equals skilled people, hiring skilled people equals money in the bank, okay, which makes Matt a much happier camper at this point. You can see what I mean about it just by his presentation. He just does a super job. Okay, career readiness certification. Are you on board? Okay, what do you think? We think that we are right on target. Let me leave you with just a couple of last thoughts. The Career Readiness Certificate is an economic and workforce development initiative, cuts across all populations and all occupations. This is not geared to one population, or one occupation. Okay? We're building those partnerships that we all need. Economic development, employers, and education. How many of you recognize this key? When I was back in high school, we took a course called typing. Yeah, I see some nods. Some of you guys are right there with me. And what did we all say then? We said, we're never going to use that key. Oh, I hate that thing. I can't get my finger all the way up there, right? Yes, and was I the only one, or did some of you guys say that same thing? You must have. Okay, how many times a day do you use that key now? Changing times, you guys. Changing times. We use it all day long. So that's what Career Readiness Certificate is all about, is changing times and making sure that we change with them, that we provide what business and industry needs in order to be successful in North Carolina. Walter, this question's for you.